Welcome back everyone to the Hello World Guide. This is another episode of the Raycasting series, and in this video we are going to just add some finishing touches to our game by adding some a proper game over screen, and as well as that we are going to add a winning screen as well. And after doing that we are going to pretty much wrap up the series here, but we are going to do one bonus episode in the next week which is going to tackle a small problem that we have with multiple enemies. So apart from that, this is going to pretty much wrap up the series and then we'll move on to our next series. So to start, what we are going to first of all do is that first of all I'm going to open up game.h, and in order to get some screens up for like game over and winning, we are going to basically create basically we've got our health text before. We are going to add game over text as well as win text here, which is going to represent the text for the game over screen and the winning screen respectively. And then we are going to also add a boolean representing whether the player has won or not. And for this game we'll just assume that killing all of the enemies means that the player has won. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up game.cpp here. And in here, as you can see, what we basically need to do is that just like we are setting up the properties for our health text, we do similarly for our game over text, which is slightly larger than the normal one. And then we have got a fill color as well, and of course you can add other stuff to this if you want. And then we have got our win text here, and we are going to go ahead and set everything here. We set the outline thickness here, of course, and we set outline color to be black for both texts. But for the game over text I choose a dark red. For the win text we have got a whitish color. And then we set the string here once because this doesn't need to ever change, and we set the origin to the center as well because this is never going to change. So after we have done that, in the update function what we need to do is we are going to basically not update the game if the player has won, because if the player has won then the player should not be able to continue playing. And the other thing is that if we are in game mode, then what we are going to do is we are going to create a counter for our enemy count. Now while we are looping over our things, what we will do is we'll just check if the type of the thing is monster, which is our enemy, and if it's equal to monster and the health is greater than 0, so we are only going to count the alive monsters, the dead ones won't count. So if the type is equal to monster and the health is greater than 0, then we are going to increment our enemy count. So this is basically going to count all of the enemies while we are looping over them, because we are looping over all of the things anyway, so we might as well just count it like that. And then if our enemy count is 0, then we are going to set the has won variable to true, and that means that now the game will not continue and the player has won basically. So what we are going to do here is that inside of our rendering function, I have just disabled this temporarily. I'm going to add this back here. We don't want all the enemies in our game view. And then what we do is we have got our player here, so we get the thing and we get the health, and if it's less than or equal to 0, then that means that we should display the game over screen. So in order to do that, what we do is we just go ahead and get our size and we convert that to the window size. We draw a rectangle which is just black with slightly transparent to kind of dim the background a bit, and then we draw our game over text on top of that. And of course we set its position to our size divided by 2. When displaying the has won screen, basically do the same thing but with the win text, and this is going to draw all of the stuff pretty much the way we want it. So I'm going to go ahead and run this and see how well it goes. So as you can see, I actually increased the player health. I forgot to tune that down, and while we were in thing.cpp, there's a small bit of a bug. So with the way we were doing things earlier, like when the monster was damaged, we checked the monster was in idle, and in that case we just set it to run. Now that there's actually a problem with this, we will just see that in a second. So first of all, let me disable this, and now let me run this. And what you can see is that if I go ahead and actually enable that, the monster tries to chase me, but what I can do is I can go around the monster and I can shoot it, and you can see that if I manage to get behind the monster while I have when I shoot it, and the monster is in the pain state, and I manage to get out of the monster's view. So if I manage to do that, then that means that the monster is basically in idle state again, and the monster won't see me until I step into the vision cone again. So that's kind of course stupid. So basically what we need to do is we just need to set it to run regardless of what the state we are currently in. So that is going to make it work the way we want it to. So if I run this now, you can see that it's not possible to pull off that trick now. You can see that I can go around and the monster still starts chasing me. So that is exactly what we want this to be. So now let's see if the game over screen actually works. So for that I'm going to just let the monster bite me to death. So as you can see, the game over screen displays here, and it displays correctly. And if I go ahead and try to take a look at the winning screen, you can see that it is actually correct as well. So you can see that it says you won, and the game now freezes, and it's pretty much done. You can press R, of course, to play it again. So anyways guys, this is going to be pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one, in which we're going to do some other stuff. But for now, we are going to fix some problems in the next video regarding multiple enemies. But apart from that, our series is pretty much wrapped up now, and I'll see you in the next video, and make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss that, and share this video with other people as well, and bye.